Alright, hello YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to another episode, live episode, this one. And for YouTube it'll be a previously live episode of DARTHTUBA'S Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and today I have two items for you, okay? We have one, it's a Gentle Giant premiere gift, and a little surprise. So, why don't we get started? First of all, for those who are just joining us, please be sure to check out my other videos, Darth Tuba, 2 words on, you can subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. You can like my Star Wars unboxing page, which this video is going on to directly. And when you can follow me on Twitter at DarthTuba, also on Instagram, email me darthtuba77@gmail.com. Okay? So, this one. This is from the Gentle Giant. It is the Premier Guild. It is a thing that you sign up for, and that you can essentially, you pay a fee, and then you get discounts and special offers, and essentially you also receive a gift, which really does not, honestly, really not really a gift, because you pay for the membership, and the membership is, the fee is what the gift would cost, and whatever. But hey, it's a nice thing, and it's exclusive to those members. So this one, normally I choose, I've chosen each year one of the retro action figures that are jumbo size. This year they didn't offer one of those, so I went with something a little different. And I think this is the one. Yes, okay. We have something that's getting hard to get out here. Alright, let's get this out of here. Yes, we have Admiral Ackbar from The Force Awakens. Okay, Admiral Ackbar is, of course, one of the heroes of the rebellion, and it was really exciting for us vintage Star Wars collectors and movie lovers. Although I like the prequels too, but it was just nice to see an old favorite like Admiral Ackbar come back in. This is really not easy to get out. That's very strange. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. I'm actually going to take the box apart because I have to push it open. That's fine. There we go. Okay. The interesting thing about Admiral Ackbar in The Force Awakens, he was voiced by the same voice artist, who I believe it was one of his name is escaping me right now, but he did the voice of both Admiral Ackbar and Bib Fortuna in Return of the Jedi, and they brought him out of retirement, and he was in his 90s when he did it. It was also one of his last projects because he did pass away shortly after. So we were happy he was able to do that. And the puppeteer who worked on Admiral Ackbar in The Force Awakens was the same puppeteer that did the original Tim Rose. So here we have him. He's a nice little bust. I have not collected too many of the busts, okay? But I do enjoy this one. I do like Admiral Ackbar. When the Return of the Jedi first came out, Admiral Ackbar was the costume that aside from the mask, I made the whole other rest of the costume myself. So I was cosplaying back before it was called cosplaying as Admiral Ackbar. And I was pretty proud of that costume, actually. So actually, I'm going to leave him right on the thing there. Okay? So the busts that they have, the mini busts that they have in Gentle Giant, they're really nice. There's a lot of different ones that they've come up with. I feel as though I can only collect so much, but this one was, well, for one thing, it was part of the guild gift, and for another thing, I really like the character, and I do have a few Admiral Ackbar different separate pieces of collection. So I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a really cool thing. I like his outfit. I like it's a little bit more, I guess you could say, army fatigue, you can say. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, so that is the Admiral Ackbar from The Force Awakens. Okay? Now, we'll move him over just a little bit, and let's talk about this. Okay? Now, this is something very unique. With the age of two things, 3D printing and sites like Etsy, we now have a tremendous opportunity for collectors to pick up items that are very unique, very special, very customized for them and only a few others perhaps. And that is something that people have started to take advantage of. And there is a gentleman, I believe it's a gentleman, and let me see if I can get his contact information, because I definitely want to give him full credit. The name of the Etsy store is Dark Matter Props, and I'll take a picture of this card as well when we finish the pre-recorded video. And Dark Matter Props is someone who works on a couple of different props from different sci-fi movies, but he also works on some custom action figures. And he did something that I thought was so awesome that I decided to take part in it, and that is this. Now, let me bring it a little closer. It's kind of hard to make out. And let's see if there are people who might know who this might be. I don't have any live viewers at the moment, which is fine. All right, but do we know who this is? Do we know who this is? It's a Star Wars character, not per se, but let's just say it was inspired by Star Wars. All right. For those who don't know, if you are someone my age that was raised in the 80s, in the late 70s and 80s, you will remember a bunch of movies that were basically the spoof movies of the time. Now, there were movies like Airplane and Top Secret and those type of movies that were a little bit more total in-your-face farce movies. But then there were movies that were created by one man with the help of a troupe of players that essentially allowed him to explore different genres and have a lot of fun with them. His name was Mel Brooks, and I'm happy to say that he is still alive and he's still kicking, and he created a whole series of movies like Blazing Saddles, History of the World, High Anxiety, silent movie, his first, The Producers, which was later a musical on Broadway, and then another movie of the same title. And he also did one where he made fun of, and with great reverence to, but yet making fun of, the sci-fi genre, including Star Wars, Star Trek, Planet of the Apes, everything. And he called it Spaceballs. And it came out in the 80s, and it featured a character by the name of Dark Helmet, played by none other than Rick Moranis. For those who know the Mackenzie brothers, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, kind of a geeky, nerdy dad-type character, totally against type for playing a villain. But he played Dark Helmet. And if you look at him, you'll see that the helmet, I gotta reach up close here, the helmet is huge, he has a mask on, really, really awesome, okay? So this gentleman, or this company, Dark Matter Props, has been making basically 3D printouts, I believe, or either that or just resin sculptures, of the Spaceballs main characters. I am absolutely floored because I've always wanted them. There is a scene in the movie, if you haven't seen it, there is a scene in the movie where Dark Helmet is playing with his dolls, his action figures, of himself and the characters in the movie. It's really funny. It's hysterical. And they finally came out with somebody who was smart enough to start to make, models. They're not really action figures. This is more of a statue. But still, it's really cool. The detail on it is fantastic. And it just looks great. I cannot wait to place it. In fact, I think what I'm going to do right now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I am going to place it right here over here. It is going to have a place of honor right amongst my regular Star Wars collection. Okay, right there. All right, and when people come down to visit, I want them to find it. I want them to look at me, wait a minute, is that from Star Wars? No, that's from Spaceballs. No, so I am very excited. We always say Mel Brooks was a guest at our table virtually at every holiday. After the meal was cooked and eaten and the dishes were getting cleaned, my father would retire to the other room and put on, insert random Mel Brooks movie. One of the ones I mentioned, or Young Frankenstein, and it was just a great, great memory growing up. And Spaceballs was no exception. Being a Star Wars fan, I was thrilled to have that figure added to this collection. Will I get the other ones? I don't know. I mean, they're when you purchase custom figures there, anything that's custom made, it's a little more expensive. So you have to be careful with that. Okay, so But nonetheless, it is a great thing. Dark Matter props on Etsy. Go into Etsy, folks. If you're into any of this stuff, go into Etsy, ETSY, and just type in your favorite genre. Type Star Wars, or type Disney, or type anything, a character, and almost guaranteed someone's probably working on something, some kind of craft or creative enterprise. It's pretty cool. All right, so okay, we didn't have any live viewers this time, so hopefully some people will catch it on the rewind and on Facebook. And as far as YouTube will get this uploaded probably for the Wednesday drop. So thank you so much. Again, I hope if you like what you see, please share. And please check out my other videos on YouTube. And you can check out the links on Facebook and Twitter as well. The Twitter is at DarthTuba, as is Instagram. And check out my Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook, where this will drop live. And I'll get other ones to drop live in the future. Or email me at darthtuba77@gmail.com. So that's all for today. Thank you so much, and may the Force be with you.